Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. Here to recap Week 4. That's right, I'm going to talk about the Week 4 games I have not already talked about. A lot of you guys were asking for this in the comments of my last video, and I will provide. Just know that this year I'm really busy. I'm taking 18 credit hours, and I'm a junior now in college, and I'm inching closer and closer to my dream job of being a software developer. So I definitely do not have a lot of time on my plate, but I have time this week, and I'll make this Week 4 recap, and next week I should have time to make a Week 5 recap. So we're going to talk about all the games except for the Monday Night Football game and the Titans versus Texans game that we don't need to talk about again. So let's start by talking about the Thursday Night Football game as the Chicago Bears got their ass kicked by the Green Bay Packers. Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about. Okay, when it came to the Chicago Bears. Okay, who by the way are now trending up to me now that they said after this game they're starting Mitch Trubisky. But I said, look, they're just not that good. Okay, yes, you almost beat the Falcons and then you beat the Steelers. You're not that good. And this was on display against the Green Bay Packers. Now, with that said, Mitchell Trubisky is coming to town. Okay, he's already been in town, but now he's coming off of the bench. John Fox said after this game, no more of Mike Awful Glennon. He will start Mitchell Trubisky Week 5 and onward, and you're going to see the Bears start to win football games to me. I had the Bears going 5-11 this season, if I remember correctly, and in order to do that, they would have to go, I think, 4-8 from this point forward. I think they can do that. It wouldn't shock me if they went 5-7 and finished 6-10. That would not shock me because we have seen them be close in some games of Mike Glennon just absolutely throw the ball away. So we can see this team trend in the right direction, but obviously it's too late to salvage your season at this point because even with Trubisky, you're not going to be an over 500 team all of a sudden with him. So that's a problem. They already 1-3. Okay, so that's a problem there. As for the Packers, look, see again, I still have people in my comment section saying, well, the Packers are overrated. They're 3-1. They're on pace to be 12-4. They're good. I mean, that's just the way it is. I think they're going to lose this week to Dallas, and they're going to lose, you know, a couple weeks, you know, when they face the Vikings in Minnesota, and then probably another game. But they're going to win the NFC North to me. I know the Detroit Lions are 3-1, and I'm looking out for them. But, man, the Packers are a good bet. I mean, I didn't think they were going to cover this game. They covered this game 35-14, 21-point win in Green Bay. They're really good in Green Bay right now, beating the Seahawks, beating the Bears by 21 points. They're tough to beat there, and even on the road they're tough to beat as well. They came back against the Bengals, and you can say, well, they got lucky. They got it done, right? Good teams get it done. They got it done. Packers are good. They may not win the Super Bowl, but ask yourself around the league right now, who will? Are you going to go all in on the Atlanta Falcons or the Detroit Lions or the Kansas City Chiefs? If y'all want to go all in on them, have fun. I still like the Packers' chance to go to the NFC Championship at least. All right, so we move on to the next game. We have the London game, the New Orleans Saints against the Miami Dolphins. And Dolphins fans, this is what I was trying to tell you. Okay, I had the Dolphins going 6-10 heading into this season. They didn't understand why, Dolphins fans, but now you're starting to understand why Jay Cutler stinks. Okay, and you got one win, Week 1. Okay, Young Quay Koo handed that to you, but now we're in trouble, man, in Miami. Next week, you guys host the Tennessee Titans, and you can definitely win that game. But I like their chances in that game, and things could get ugly quick. You scored 0 against the Saints defense. You scored 6 against the Jets defense last week. This is not good. This Dolphins offense right now is not good, and this is what happens when you invest in Jay Cutler, who did not play almost all of last season, who did not practice almost all of the offseason. He's rusty, he's ass, he's bad, and the Dolphins are bad and ass as a result of it. Even Adam Gase cannot get anything out of Jay Cutler right now. 6 points combined for the Miami Dolphins in the past 2 weeks. Awful, okay? They have to improve there now, or they're going to be in serious trouble right now as the AFC East is looking better, okay? The Dolphins are at the cellar right now. They're worse than the New York damn Jets. As for New Orleans Saints, they've saved their season. They started 0-2, and it was looking like for a third or even fourth consecutive season, they're going to start 0-3. They got a victory last week against Carolina, an impressive victory at that, and now they go to London, and they really handle the Dolphins. Now this Saints offense, to me, is definitely missing Brandon Cooks. This offense is nowhere nearly as dominant as it was last season. They're not moving the ball as much. They're not putting up as much points, but they're still good. Drew Brees is still good. He's holding on to the football. football well, and I like that. Adrian Peterson's done. Okay, as I told you before the season is finished, and he's pissed, and he can be pissed, but you're done. Go retire. Go, get your little whatever switch you want to do and do whatever you want to do with that, because you're not going to do anything in the NFL anymore. He's done. I'm sorry. Alvin Kamara looks like something for the New Orleans Saints, so look out for this guy in the Saints backfield. We move on to the next game. Buffalo Bills, they look legit. Now, I gotta say look, because if I remember correctly, the Bills looked legit last season at this point. Weren't the Bills 3-1 to start last season? I know they were at least 3-2. Rex Ryan had them playing well. They faced the Rams, and at that point, the Bills and the Rams were looking good, and then it went down from there. So I'm still skeptical, but I'm encouraged with the play of the Buffalo Bills. Now, for the Atlanta Falcons, you're fine, right? You lost a game. Of course you lost a game. It was time to lose a game. Now, I'm surprised you lost this game at home. That, surprises me. Julio Jones went down, and I think with Julio Jones, you might get this done. But the thing that concerns me right now about the Falcons, Matt Ryan, past 2 weeks, turning the ball over too much. This cannot happen. He had a fumble in this game, had 2 interceptions in this game. Last game, 3 interceptions, and may have had a fumble as well. Don't quote me on that. Too many turnovers lately for Matt Ryan, and the Falcons' run game looked great last week. This week still looked decent, and they just didn't run it enough. And Matt Ryan threw 42 times. Why? I thought they could have ran it more. I thought their game plan heading in was a little weak, and they turned the ball over too much ultimately. And you saw Tre'Davious White have the fumble return for the touchdown, right? Huge play. Without that play, the Falcons may win this game. So, for the Bills, I'm encouraged, and I said this before the season. It would not shock me if Sean McDermott was one of these new head coaches that comes in as a scrappy head coach and wins some games, and he's doing that. Best case scenario for the Bills, though, it's still only 9-7 to me. I can't see 10-6. Unless if you have a Miami Dolphins 10-6 of last year, where you go 10-6 and it's nice, but you're not actually that good, and you go to the playoffs and you get exposed, and then the next year you're not good. If you want that, you can have that, but I wouldn't really want that. So it just depends on, right now I think you have to like where you're headed, but if I'm a Bills fan, I kind of want to tank this year. I thought we were tanking. Do I want a worse draft pick? No. I mean, you're going to have 2. You're going to have your own pick and the Chiefs pick, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the Chiefs pick. So you're gonna have 2 regardless, but I kind of wanted to tank this year, so I'm kind of like WTF, because we're probably not gonna make playoffs. If we do, we're not gonna win anything. And Tyrod Taylor, is he our quarterback of the future? No. There's still a lot of question marks for the Bills. Winning games for them may not be the best thing, just to me, but hey, I understand if you like winning games, that's fine. We move on to the next game, Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. And you see, isn't it amazing what happens when you actually look at the film of players, and you actually look at things from an analytical standpoint, and you break down what's actually happening behind the scenes? Everyone was saying after 2 damn weeks of not even watching tape that Andy Dalton's, he's awful. He's awful. He's horrible. Get him out of here. He's so bad. He's been bad for years. Ha, 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 ha. No. Andy Dalton is fine, people. We know this. You don't make the playoffs 4 straight years. Playoffs with a decent defense. The Bengals defense was decent. It wasn't great. It wasn't no 2015 Denver Broncos, 2015 Carolina Panthers. It was a good defense. It wasn't no great defense, okay? And his surrounding core was all right. Ain't none of them making the Hall of Fame except for AJ Green, okay? So he had a nice supporting cast. It wasn't no great supporting cast. And he made the playoffs 4 straight times, okay? Started this season poorly. 2 games. People were saying bench Andy Dalton for AJ McCarron. My God. And then what did I tell you? Turn on the tape. What will you see? The offensive coordinator's designing horrible plays. He's not putting Dalton in position to succeed. The plays they're running are just flat out stupid. And when you fire this guy, you'll see the benefits of that. The day after I said that, they fired that guy. Andy Dalton's hot again. Watch the tape, people. 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions the past 3 games for Andy Dalton. And yeah, he was facing the Browns. Well, you didn't give him credit for the first 2 weeks when he was facing the Texans defense and the Ravens defense, which are 2 of the top 5 defenses in the NFL. You didn't give him credit for that, so now you want to blame him because he's facing bad defense and now he's doing well? What the hell? Okay, so at worst, he's, balancing that. So he's fine. As I told you, he's fine. The Bengals have their quarterback Forget about that discussion. Good luck getting rid of Dalton and finding a better guy. That you do not want to go down that road. Ask the Jacksonville Jaguars. If Dalton was on the Jaguars go 10-6 at least. Maybe even 12-4 with Andy Dalton. I'm telling you that right now. Anyway, so the Bengals look good again. Again, they're going to salvage their season somewhat, but they're already in too big of a hole. Okay, they started 0-3. To make the playoffs, from that point, you'd have to go 10-3. Okay, now you have to go 9-3. Okay, if you want to make the playoffs, or maybe if you can get in at 9-7, then okay, you could go from this point. What is that? 8-4. Okay, so that's, you know, possible. I ain't betting on that. You'd be lucky to finish 8-8 this season because you got yourself in that early hole. I'm sorry. Browns stink. They're the worst team in the league. Okay, the Browns are the worst team in the league. And it's time to, I think Hugh Jackson, I think he kind of needs to be gone. I don't think he puts his team in the best position to succeed. The Browns don't have much talent, but they have more talent than this. To be losing at home by 24 points to the Cleveland Browns is ridiculous. And I've seen, look, I said this last year, if you go 1-15 as a head coach, I doubt you're good. I know what's his name, the old Cowboys coach did that. Jimmy Johnson. I think he went 1-15 or 2-14 his first year, and then after that he was great. But if you go 1-15, you're probably not a very good head coach, okay? And Hugh Jackson still can't right the ship. I wouldn't fire him mid-season because, to me, who the hell is the in-house candidate? There's not one. But after the season, it may be time to move on from Hugh Jackson. I don't want to do that to Deshaun Kaiser, but he doesn't look great right now with Hugh Jackson. So screw this. We got to move on. We look at the LA Rams. Okay, LA Rams are looking good. They go to Dallas. They get it done. And yes, now officially I can say the Rams are that surprise team of this year, most likely. Hold on, let me not go all in, because the Eagles were 3-0 last year and they looked damn good. They beat the damn Steelers 34-3. Then they went down. So let me chill with that. They appear to be the surprise team of this year, and I could buy it because Jared Goff is playing well. Todd Gurley is re-energized, and Sean McVay is concocting all of this nonsense in a beautiful fashion, and it's looking fantastic in LA. They have these new helmets that I like, and I like the helmets when they're wearing white jerseys, but when they're wearing blue, it looks weird. But whatever, okay? That's what we're doing in LA. So they look good. You know, can they keep this up next week? Huge game as they host the Seattle Seahawks. I have them winning that game. I'll spoil that for you right now. If they don't, then they could be headed for a fall. We need to look out because some of these teams are going to fall. Again, last year, Vikings looked great, fell. Eagles look great, fell. Some of these teams that look great right now are going to fall. You need to look out for that. And some of these teams that look bad right now are going to bounce back. Look out for this stuff. Okay, so Dallas Cowboys 2-2, and this is why I didn't have the Cowboys going a ridiculous record this season. I had them going 10-6. I still have them going 10-6. Okay, this was a game that I did not expect them to lose, but it's a game they could afford to lose because last week they went to Arizona and they dominated Arizona in Arizona. Okay, so that tells me that, you know, they're so capable of winning games when they need to. I still trust Dak. They're only one game behind the Eagles right now. It's too small of a sample size to say anything. Let's see what happens when they actually face the Eagles. Right? They can sweep the Eagles for all we know. Cowboys are fine. They're just not as good as they were last year. Okay, that's the problem. And we should know this, right? Their defense, too many young pieces, too many changing faces on their defense right now for the Dallas Cowboys, and you're seeing the effects of all of that. Next game. We have the Detroit Lions going up against the Minnesota Vikings, and Lions got it done. Okay, and the Lions appear to be good right now. I say appear to be. I mean, I know they're a knee away from being 4-0, and yes, again, that Golden Tate knee was down. I'm sorry. But again, the problem with the Lions right now, I'd say, I don't know exactly what their identity is. It appears as if they're kind of more of a defensive team right now, which is interesting because their defense ain't got that much talent. I mean, they do have Darius Slade. They do have Glover Quinn. Ezekiel Ansah's not playing great right now. He's a little banged up. Nana's getting older. Is this formula sustainable? And offensively, like, all you have to do, because Amir Abdullah, he played well this game, but he hasn't been playing well all year. You just have to have two good cornerbacks for the most part, and you slow them down. And the Vikings did that, but the Vikings offense today was so awful once Dalvin Cook left the building to the point where it didn't matter. So I fear what's going to happen when they go up against these good cornerback tandems, because when you cover Marvin Jones and when you cover Golden Tate, Stafford can't really move the ball much. He can dump it down to Theo Riddick, and he can find Eric Ebron if he's playing that week. That's not scaring you, okay? I mean, Riddick a bit, but not much. So we'll see with the Lions. Yeah, I have my eyebrow raised. I think they're about where they were last year. We'll just see if they're scheduled a little easier, a little harder. Then that's going to depend, plus or minus a win, pretty much. I think. So anyway. For the Minnesota Vikings, this blows. Okay, Dalvin Cook, torn ACL, he's done and you're done. Okay, because he was the only reason y'all were really doing anything. He and Stephon Diggs are really good. Stephon Diggs, this guy is good. Okay, I mean, he was making up for all kinds of Case Keenum horrible throws. I mean, he was coming down with stuff inbounds and making yards after the catch. This guy's good. Stephon Diggs is good. But without Dalvin Cook, man, call it a wrap. I'm sorry. I mean, this season, you're not going to do awful, but you ain't making the playoffs. You ain't making the playoffs. You ain't winning the 9-10 games necessary without Dalvin Cook. Latavius Murray's a fine backup running back. He ain't good enough to lead you to the damn playoffs with Sam Bradford or Case Keenum at quarterback. And I know Bradford's been looking better for the 2 games that he played. Maybe it was only 1, actually. But come on. He's not going to do anything without a run game. Okay, we saw that last year. The Vikings are done. I'm sorry. Vikings are done. We move on to the next game. You have the Carolina Panthers at the New England Patriots. Wow. And Patriots fans, again, I hate to keep saying this, but I was trying to tell you. Y'all did not understand. I kept telling y'all, look, y'all can predict all this 16-0, 15-1, 14-2 BS. I got 13-3, and that's even a little too high for me, okay? Because whenever you're projecting all these high win totals, stuff's gonna happen. This injury to Julian Edelman, I think, is hurting right now, but more importantly, this defense stinks, okay? And this is the funny thing. See, y'all just keep excusing these Bill Belichick transactions and moves. Why this man ever let go of Chandler Jones and Jamie Collins, I'll never know. Dog, if Chandler Jones and Jamie Collins were on this team right now, they'd be 4-0, or not 4-0, they'd at least be 3-1, they'd at least be 3, they would have won this game with Chandler Jones and Jamie Collins. But Bill Belichick believes that he can get talent out of scraps, and occasionally he can. But now you're seeing that, hey, Kyle Van Noy, he just ain't very good. You're seeing that, you know, they brought in Coney Ely, he just couldn't play, get him out of here. And the scraps that they're working with on defense right now ain't working. Now Malcolm Butler, who was a scrap that was turned into a great player, now he's regressed. Stephon Gilmore, because they thought for some reason, let's get rid of Logan Ryan, let's let him walk and bring in a new piece. That move ain't working. I didn't understand that. You had Ryan and you had Butler playing well. Keep that duo together. You don't need to be changing stuff around to me. They tried, now they're failing with that. Too many transactions have gone under the radar for the Patriots because, oh, they're the Patriots. Anything they do is okay. We love it. It's great. Why Jamie Collins and Chandler Jones, if they were on this team right now, they'd be good. And don't tell me that the Patriots had to preserve cap space because what they signed Stephon Gilmore with, cap space. Okay, then they're looking to extend Brandon Cooks. They had money to keep Jones and Collins. They decided not to. And now you're seeing the result of that. Okay, you should have kept these guys. As for the Panthers, it's a great win, but I'm not buying it because this game is such an aberration for you. Your offense did not look like this in week 1, 2, or 3. And every offense has looked good against the Patriots up until this point. Right now, they're the worst defense ever. Okay, they're on pace to be the worst defense ever, so I can't buy it. And what concerns me right now about the Panthers is, I mean, Devin Funchess had a good game, but I can't trust him. Okay, I can't. Benjamin had a good game as well. I like Benjamin, but Greg Olsen, that injury's still there. And Christian McCaffrey, you know, I didn't want to believe it. I turned on the tape. I thought it was a good runner. This guy can't run for squat. I mean, can we call it what it is? He has about 30 carries for 89 yards on the season. He can't run. Okay, like he can catch the ball out of the backfield and do something in the open field. As a running back, he can't do it. And I didn't want to believe it, but damn it, it's true. Oh my God, it's true. He's a gadget player. So what the hell did we spend our number 8 overall pick on? You know, so that's the concern right there. Because you can't tell me, you could have got Dalvin Cook in the 2nd round. If you wanted to get this gadget player, you would have got a better player. And then I was seeing what Kareem Hunt is doing. So that's, I'm concerned with Christian McCaffrey right now. Because if he can't run, you know, stand up in the backfield, behind the quarterback under center, and just run well, he ain't going to make it. Okay, he's just going to be a Darren Sproles type guy, and that's not worth the 8th overall pick. We move on to the next game. Jacksonville Jaguars at the New York Jets. Okay, I'm not saying it again, okay, until they deserve it. Maybe they're going to lose 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 games, maybe even 14 games after this, or, you know, whatever, 10 games after this. But for right now, I can't say the Jets stink. Okay, I'm done saying it. I'm not going to say it. The Jets are 2-2. They have the same record as my favorite team, the Tennessee Titans, and they're 2-0 at home. Leonard Williams, Jamal Adams, Darren Lee, these young defensive pieces are stepping up. They're playing well, and you're seeing what they're doing. On their offense, it ain't great, but today it looked pretty damn good. Bilal Powell was falling down and getting back up, and falling down and getting back up and running for touchdowns. They had this Elijah McGuire. Who the hell is that? Running well. Okay, so the Jets are 2-0. 2-2 right now, 2-0 at home. And then the Jaguars, they're the most inconsistent team in the history of mankind. Has there ever been a team more inconsistent than the Jacksonville Jaguars, who whooped the Texans ass week 1, got their ass whooped by the Titans in week 2, whooped the damn Baltimore Ravens in week 3, and now lost to the Jets? And they, I mean, wow. I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. Marquise Lee, what the hell was this guy doing? This guy was one of the biggest clown performances I've ever seen in the fourth quarter. Okay, as this, or in overtime, fourth quarter and overtime, as he dropped an easy ball that would have put them in field goal range, and then there was a punt return that he just like hit for some stupid reason, chased it down, ended up getting it. But what kind of clown sequence was that? Blake Bortles stinks. I say this every week. Damn it, it's true. He stunk. Oh my God, he stinks. He stinks. Okay, he was so inaccurate in this game. He was awful. And as a result, the Jaguars are 2-2, and you're not gonna go. You're not gonna win the AFC South. Okay, you're just not. You might go 8-8. You might go 8-8, but you're not winning the AFC South with this quarterback. Not with this inconsistency, because your defense, it has some holes. Okay, the running defense today was not good. Yeah, and your defense, it ain't the 2015 Denver Broncos defense, right? It's not that fine-tuned yet. This team is too inconsistent to win the AFC South. It's a nice thought, but with this quarterback play and this overall inconsistency, it ain't happening. That's my opinion there. Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Baltimore Ravens. Look, I got this game wrong. I wanted to pick the Ravens. I did pick the Ravens. I thought, hey, in Baltimore with this rivalry, they win. But the Steelers are just better. And I said this in my picks video, even though I picked the Ravens. I'm like, dude, the Steelers are better. Okay, they're just better. The Ravens are so behind right now. And look, as I said, the first 2 weeks of the Ravens, they were frauds. You know, they were absolute. I mean, they weren't complete frauds. Their defense is good. We know their defense is good. But the offense ain't that good, okay? And the offense, the first 2 weeks, it looked like it could be good. No, look at the talent. It ain't there. Terrence West, Buck Allen, wide receivers, Jeremy Maclin, Brashad Perriman. They're not good. Tight ends are booty. Benjamin Old Watson. This guy's been around forever. Brown, Saints. This guy's been on almost every team. The Ravens offense ain't good. They're not winning stuff this year. I mean, they're going to go about 8-8. Okay, they're going to go about 8-8. That's their move in the recent years. But, yeah, they were frauds. And I saw that coming from a mile away. We look at the Steelers. You know, they got the win. Okay, and it's a nice win. And, yeah, again, I think the AFC could be had. The Patriots defense looks bad right now. And who better to take advantage than Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant, and the offensive weaponry that the Steelers possess. Their defense is making plays today. They got a bunch of sacks. I'm looking out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Damn it. If they win the Super Bowl the year after I thought that they were going to go to one, I'll be pissed. I knew I should have went on board with the Steelers. We move on into the next game. 49ers, okay? So in my picks video, I said I was picking the 49ers, but then right before this game, I switched. And I felt during this game the 49ers were going to get it done, but they just couldn't go the extra mile. I mean, they're obviously better than they were last season. They're obviously better. Okay, they're better. Okay, although I don't love talking about when teams barely lose to teams, right? You know I don't love talking about that, but when it's been 3 straight weeks, okay, I can buy that. So for the 3rd straight week, they've almost won. So if you do that 3 straight weeks, okay, I can buy it. I can buy that now. They're obviously better because last year they're just getting their asses kicked every single game, okay? But they can't get it done. And Kyle Shanahan, he's not bad. I don't want to say he's bad, but he has some issues. I don't know why they were throwing the ball so damn much in this game. I think Brian Hoyer, let me check the box score right now. He must have thrown the ball over 35 times, which does not make any sense to me. 49 times he ended up throwing the ball. And they ran it 27 times and only 16 times with Carlos Hyde. They kept running the ball with this Matt Breida, okay, who averaged 1.8 yards per carry. They gave him 9 carries. They gave Hyde 16, who had 4.3. Why were they not running Carlos Hyde more? Maybe he's banged up or something, but I was screaming, run with hide. The game was close. The 49ers were always ahead. They were up 3 almost every second of this game. They were up 3. And they didn't take advantage. They didn't run the ball. I didn't know what the hell they were doing. What the hell were they doing? So they have some coaching issues to fix out because they're losing too many close games. And I'm looking at the coaching staff. So close that gap and to fix those issues. Cardinals 2-2. I mean, you can believe you're still making the playoffs. And yeah, that's fine. Yeah, maybe if David Johnson could come back on horseback, okay, and he can lead you somewhere, that'd be nice. But this is concerning. I think it's a bit concerning that this offense ain't that good. Palmer can be good at times, but this defense, they're a little undisciplined at times, and we're still getting inconsistent wide receiver play. I don't know what to conclude for this game for the Cardinals, other than what I've already concluded. I don't think that they're that good. I have them going, I think 7-9 or maybe 8-8 this season. I'm sticking with that. Next game, we have the Eagles against the LA Chargers. Chargers stink. The LA Chargers absolutely stink. We know this to be true. The Chargers absolutely blow. Well, okay, they're not as worse as the Browns or the 49ers, but damn it, they're 0-4. And they have no home field advantage. You understand that? The Chargers have absolutely no home field advantage whatsoever. Okay, no one's showing up. They're not cheering for anybody. They don't care about the Chargers. It's horrible. So they're not winning games at home. They have no home advantage whatsoever. That's the problem. They're 0-3 at home. They've had 3 games at home. All of them are L's right now at this point. And every single game for them is an L. Philip Rivers is pissed. I'm pissed. I didn't pick them to win this game, luckily, but I don't understand why the Chargers are bad for the 3rd straight year. You know how hard it is to be bad for 3 straight years? That's hard. That is hard. And one more thing on this, like, we keep looking at the Chargers and we keep saying, oh, they have all this talent. They have so much talent. Maybe that's not even true. If you've been bad for 3 straight years, I don't think you have talent. I think we need to reevaluate how talented some of these players are. You know, for example, Rivers, I don't know if he's that good anymore. He was good in this game. But the past couple of games, I don't think he's been that good. And I think he's been an integral part to why they've lost those games. Melvin Gordon, he didn't play well this game. He's talented, but he didn't play well. I mean, you could be, if you're not playing well, are you really talented though? So we need to start considering how talented this team actually is. All right, we move on to the Eagles part of this game. They look good. You know, they look good, and I'm not surprised. I'm going 9-7 this year, and I said they're going to compete for the NFC East, and they're doing exactly that. Jeffrey needs to stay healthy. Look out for that, but right now they're looking good. Carson Wentz has definitely taken a step forward, and LeGarrette Blount, right, he actually did something in this game. I thought he was going to be asked the whole year. He may be reviving his career, maybe it was just the, you know, the Chargers being the Chargers. We'll see. I'm still skeptical. I'm not owning any Eagles running backs, I'll tell you that. We'll see when it comes to the Eagles, but I like them right now. They're on top of the NFC East, and they're the only NFC East team that won this week, unless the Redskins get it done tonight, which they probably won't. Next game, we have the New York Giants at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Giants, they stink too. I mean, they're 0-4. You know, when you reach 0-4, it's not that defendable anymore. You just kind of suck. Okay, I put them ahead of the Chargers. Barely, but I mean, that's it. You got the Giants, you got the Chargers, you got the 49ers, you got the Browns, and all of them stink. Okay, that's just the damn truth, people. The Giants aren't good enough. Now, they're going to end up winning some games this year. I still think they're going to win at least 6 because they just got too much damn talent. You got a top 3 wide receiver, you got a top 3 safety. That's it. But, I mean, you have some other defensive linemen, Olivier Vernon, Jason Pierre-Paul, and, you know, Damon Harrison. So I think they're going to end up winning at least 5 games. Some Giants fans already have their, you know, eyes set on Saquon Barkley. I don't think you're going to be that bad. I think you're going to need a top 5 pick to get him. I don't think you're going to be that bad, but we'll see. I think the Giants are going to start winning some games, but I don't know when that's going to be. We look for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Nice game by Jameis Winston. And this is what I need to see from Jameis Winston. He has not ascended quite as much as I expected because I thought he was going to be a top 5 quarterback within 5 years. He could still be that because 5 years ain't passed yet. But, you know, now we're starting to see that because this was a nice game. He was an integral part. He was really the reason they won this game. To me, he made some great throws to win this game for the Bucs. This is what I need to see. Not what I saw last week from Jameis. Need to see some more consistency there, but I like what I see from Jameis out of this 3-game sample for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oakland Raiders, they lost to the Denver Broncos 10-16, and the Raiders could have won this game, man. It sucks. Derek Carr went down, and The Raiders went down the field and they almost won this game. They almost, I mean, they were 40 yards away and EJ Manuel threw up a booty pass and they got intercepted, but you wonder what they would have done with Derek Carr in that situation. So the Raiders are 2-2. And again, this is why I didn't have the Raiders having the same record they got last season. I had them going 10-6, and some of you didn't understand why. Now you understand why. Winning games back-to-back is not easy in this league, back-to-back seasons. So we'll see. I think they're going to be fine. This was a road divisional game that we expected you to lose, and you lost it. As for the Broncos, you're 3-1. It's nice. I don't want to go overboard. I don't want to say the Broncos are a complete Super Bowl contender. They're good. They looked this good last year. Broncos are another one of those teams that faded late last year. I think they started 4-0. The Broncos did, and they faded. We need to be conservative with these teams, people. But I like the way the Broncos are looking right now. Anderson's playing well, CJ Anderson, and he's an integral part of the offense. And Simeon's being a little more consistent. So I like that. And then the last game, Indianapolis Colts at the Seattle Seahawks. This is why I'm sticking with the Seahawks. Okay, y'all can jump off the Seahawks bandwagon all you want. They're going to lose the NFC West. They're going to miss the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. You know how good they are at damn home. I know this is the Indianapolis Colts, which is not a very good team. You know how damn good the Seahawks are at home. They're going to go at least 7-1 at home. At least 7 wins at home. They just got to get another 3 on the road, and they're going to make the playoffs, and then from there, they're dangerous, okay? Russell Wilson, they're going to get this offense rolling. Now, Chris Carson's out for the year, and they have to find a run game again. But Eddie Lacy looked promising in this game. Tyler Lockett looked promising in this game. And you're starting to see a semblance of a passing offense in Seattle. So, I still like Seattle. I think they're good. I think they're about to hit their stride eventually. Y'all can jump off their bandwagon, but I won't. And as for the Indianapolis Colts, you know, you're just waiting for Andrew Luck. And next week's a huge week. Next 2 weeks are huge. As you host the 49ers, and you need to get that win to stay afloat. And then you guys go to Tennessee for a Monday Night Football game in which you currently, if I know this to be true, you currently expect a lot to come back. We'll see about that. You could save your season in the next 2 weeks, or it could absolutely fall apart, and that could be it. We'll see for the Colts. Again, their roster is better than it was last year. I'll just keep telling y'all that because a lot of y'all don't want to do roster analysis. Their roster is better than it was last year. And you saw Malik Hooker come down with an interception this game. He's a nice player. He's going to be good for them for years to come. Those are my thoughts on NFL Week 4. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment. And I'm out. See you all later.